WWE Bad Blood.
Hi,
Welcome to Bad Blood, nerds. It's your boys. We're here.
I was actually about to start it, but okay. But yeah, but welcome to Bad Blood on a Sunday. Technically.
Sunday.
It's Sunday. Held in front of 5,852 people in the MA Fenway Park Arena. Damn.
We 100% know where that is.
Definitely.
Anyway,
we're showing the pre-show.
In a decent pre-show match.
We need to give some explanation to stuff. We're showing the pre-show because it's a pay-per-view. The reason you might think, oh, really just a normal, pre-show match. No. So apparently, Shelton Benjamin is still able to work at New Japan until his contract runs out. So he's not here tonight when he should have been to fight for the title. So Shelton isn't here. So we have to think of new plans.
Well, more like he does, but
well, I do. He doesn't.
Kinda.
So whoever wins this match, which includes Evan Bourne, he beats Bryan Kendrick in 13:28 by pinfall with Shooting Star Press. He does that and then wins a title match for the main show. And I'll explain.
Evan Bourne.
I'm turning the Shelton thing into an angle, which will be seen on the main show as well.
Yeah. So Evan Bourne had an in-ring performance of 51. Bryan Kendrick with 52. The announcing helping. The commentators for the pay-per-views are Michael, Jerry, and...
Yeah, Michael, Jerry have great chemistry together, and Milo Ranallo is just great.
Milo Ranallo. Hell yeah.
Same way to 54
he is
overall.
Great.
Soup? Oh, no, that's nothing. Nothing to shout at.
Nothing. Oh, we're not... Hey, we're both working... We're both working together on this pay-per-view.
Okay. I was going to say AKA you shout, I might not shout at yours, but okay.
No, AKA we don't shout at either. We don't shout for either.
Okay then. Same way to 46-second pre-show match. Soup take
in a decent pre-show match, the Movement. The Movement defeated Christian and Tyson Kidd in 15:30 when JTG pinned Tyson Kidd after the Movement hit the end game.
Christian sustained a triceps contusion. Oh,
Christian.
My. Yikes.
Fuck. So Tyson Kidd getting a...
This is Tyson
we have another kid.
This is Tyson Kidd's final main roster match because he's going back down to NXT.
Tyson Kidd.
Because he's apparently on loan.
Tyson Kidd's final main roster match. Tyson Kidd getting a 57. Christian getting a 63 despite suffering an injury. Ezekiel Jackson getting a 46 and JTG getting a 41. JTG, of course, standing on the apron the whole time as Ezekiel Jackson tossed people around. Yeah. Christian and Tyson Kidd have great chemistry.
Doesn't matter now. Both of them are out.
Doesn't really matter. Christian was really off his game probably because he got injured.
Probably.
And the announcing quality lifted the match.
Let's see.
And yeah.
Yeah. Penalty because it was disrupted by injury. Yeah, that's injury. Yeah, it would have gone better, but yeah, the injury fully hindered that. That's okay. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Yikes.
Fuck. Alright. Wow, I didn't know it was How did JTG wasn't in the in another pre-show match for Raw with decent crowd reaction, subpar wrestling, the Empire defeated two-man band in 10 minutes, 24 seconds. Drew McIntyre pinned Jinder Mahal after the Scott drop. In terms of in-ring work, Wade Barrett did the best. Wade Barrett with a 65, Drew McIntyre with a 49, Jinder with a 40, and Heath Slater with a 39. The announcing quality lifted the match.
Pretty good. And nothing negative.
Nothing negative?
Nothing negative.
And it was a 56 rated match. 1 second, I will be right back.
Okay, I can talk about it. It's an interpromotional match. Interpromotional match for the pre-show. Smackdown's Goldust versus Raw Sami Zayn. And a pre-show bout that had a decent action for the crowd and subpar wrestling. Sami Zayn defeated Goldust in 13:15 by pinfall with a brain buster. Raw getting the win over Smackdown. Sami with a 42, Goldust with a 45. Goldust seemed off his game, which is upsetting. Both of them did not click, which was... It's fine. They're on different shows. It's cool. The announcing quality helped lift the match because of this. Same 40. That's why we got same 41. Both of them were inconsistent.
And after this, I have
and chemistry. The final pre-show bout of the evening, the decent pre-show match. Bo Dallas gets the second win over Ryback in 14:52 by pinfall with a spear. With a spear.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spear. Bo Dallas getting a 47 and Ryback getting a 66.
Yeah, and after quality lifted the match. Overall segment rating of 57. And Ryback is penalised for stamina.
Damn. Can I do it? Somehow opening the show. Somehow, some way. The Brad Maddox Invitational continues. Brad Maddox. He makes his entrance. Comically oversized neck brace. Cody Rhodes face mask. Bandages galore. But Bradley Maddox is here, and he's like, you know what? Randy Orton, he may have hurt me. He may have taken me down, but I will fight. I will fight here tonight at Bad Blood. My first pay-per-view appearance. I'm challenging anyone in that locker room. Challenging the Invitational. You know how it. Challenging anyone he can. Will Brad Maddox finally gets a win?
But then, the Wyatts vignette hits. The lights go off, but the lights turn back on, and Luke Harper is there, staring
and
across.
Brad Maddox practically shits himself. He has
that smile drops.
Brad Maddox, that smile drops.
Yeah.
Brad Maddox, all the color disappears from his face. Brad Maddox is petrified.
Oh my. In a bout that didn't have much heat and table wrestling, Luke Harper obliterates Brad Maddox in 52 seconds.
52 seconds by pinfall after a pile driver. God. Good God, Brad. He's already in a neck brace. Luke, he's in a fucking neck brace. God.
Luke wants him dead.
Necessary.
Yes. Brad Maddox with 33, Luke Harper with 50. But was really off his game, probably because he fully just squashed someone who really shouldn't have wrestled. He should have been dead.
Killed him. Brad! God! Look at Brad.
Don't worry, on Monday we'll have the Brad Maddox funeral memorial service.
Segment rated 4. Oh God. Good God.
And Luke Harper was inconsistent though, which is an L moment for Luke Harper.
Brad Maddox has charisma. Brad, you've got great charisma.
I've got to put the PreMax segment. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Anyway, PreMax segment for that was basically Luke Harper and Eric Rowan just beat the shit out of him, and that was basically
beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
And then they disappeared. Brad's being helped to the back by the paramedic.
Another stretcher comes out. Thanks for the best.
Another stretcher. We hope for the best. Thoughts and prayers with Brad Maddox and Paige.
Yeah.
Paige.
No. Shush. So we go to the next segment. So Rey Mysterio and Evan Bourne make their entrances down to the Cruiserweight title match when Shawn Michaels makes his entrance to address the situation. Shelton Benjamin, quote unquote, on Saturday night got brutally attacked in the gym and was left unconscious, found by gym goers. And so he has been called for this match.
Security footage.
That'll be reviewed on Tuesday or Friday. It's taped. We call it Friday. It'll be reviewed on Friday on Smackdown. Right. But for now, Rey Mysterio will instead face Evan Bourne, who was lucky enough to get the opportunity after beating Brian Kendrick at the pre-show. So have fun, you two. And that was it.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels' performance was really good. Evan Bourne was very underwhelming, probably next to Shawn Michaels, which makes sense. Signaling rating of 65. 65. The match gets a 59, which is upsetting, but still okay. And about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Rey Mysterio defeats Evan Bourne in 15:27 by pinfall with a 619 into an Eddie Guerrero frog splash, winning the Cruiserweight Championship. Rey Mysterio. I thought to say Eddie.
Rey Mysterio getting an in-ring performance of 71, Evan Bourne getting a 48, and the announcing lifting the match and color commentary giving the match a boost.
Overall, some weight off. I said 59. It's fine. Rey Mysterio, despite being on pay-per-view, was holding back slightly, declined physical ability. Evan Bourne, despite being on the pay-per-view, also held back slightly and was inconsistent. Why are you holding back, you bitches? It's a pay-per-view.
Why are you holding back?
Your cuts have been degraded. Hello, child. I had the child say hello,
Okay.
and I had to say hello back.
Yeah.
Then we go, segment 60.
Second.
Okay, that's my match anyway. Segment of 53. It is time for the IC Championship match. And about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Perfect Junior Joe Hennig defeats Big E Langston in 1602 by pinfall after using a foreign object, winning the Intercontinental Championship for the second time in his career.
Second time in his career, yeah.
So, surprisingly, people would expect Big E to win because, he's been a good champ. But Joe Hennig pulls off the win against Big E Langston. Joe Hennig getting a 58, Big E getting a 55. And they don't seem to click, which is annoying because I was going to have a continuation. But I'm thinking that continuation will have to be on Smackdown instead of the pay-per-view.
Aw.
That's okay.
That is sad.
Yeah, the announcing and color commentary helped lift the match and give it a boost. Overall, segment rating of 53. Yeah, well, a few penalizations.
Stamina.
Yeah. Big E has poor psychology, inconsistent and has poor stamina, and then the Wildcard chemistry also ruined it. Upsetting. I thought this match could be like in the 60s, but that's upsetting. Post-match, a little bit of more of an FU to Big E. I was say Hendry. Damn it. I keep saying the wrong names. Maybe I'm dyslexic with names. As Joe Hennig lifts up the title in celebration, he looks down at Big E, kneels over the face, and spits right in the face of Big E Langston before lifting up the title once again, very smug smile, and celebrates his title win in a dickhead way.
Dickhead away.
Yeah. Perfect Junior. Perfect 54. Junior. This is better than the match. Okay then.
Damn. And for the Women's Championship, in a match that had a decent reaction from the crowd and subpar wrestling, Paige defeated Mickie James, AJ Lee, and Victoria in 13:59 when Paige pinned AJ Lee with a rampage, making this the first Women's Championship defense of Paige. Now Paige doing the worst in the match with a 39, AJ Lee 6, and both of the legends getting 52s. The announcing and color commentary giving the match a boost, giving it an overall rating of 46.
Now the dirt sheet time. Pretty good stuff here. There you go. Victoria's getting a little bit old, declining physical ability, and Paige was inconsistent, which makes sense because she's very young and is very much a champion currently. Yeah.
And then in a decent match, the Usos would defeat the Real Americans in 1608 when main event Jey Uso pinned Jack Swagger after the Usos hit their double throw Samoan drop maneuver.
The alias?
Making this the first defense for the World Tag Team Championships of the Usos.
Second defense.
Second defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, second defense. Cesaro getting a 62, Swagger getting a 61, Jimmy getting a 49, and main event Jay getting a 53. The Usos showed excellent chemistry. I sure hope they did. The announcing and color commentary giving the match a lift and a boost respectively, giving the Tag Team Championship match an overall rating of 53.
Going to the dot sheets. Jey Uso, inexperienced. Jimmy Uso, also inexperienced, with an addition of being inconsistent. Not the best for the tag champs.
Damn.
However, post-match,
for Cesaro planting Jack Swagger control because of the whole Swagger ate the pin situation. Zeb Coulter got in the ring. We thought it would help quell, as you can see down there. Zeb Coulter helped Cesaro during the segment. So Zeb Coulter rushed into the ring. We thought Zeb Coulter was gonna help Jack Swagger, try to keep the Real Americans together. Zeb Coulter helps Jack Swagger up and then kicks Jack Swagger in the dick, officially ending the Real Americans. Zeb Coulter no longer allying himself with Jack Swagger. He is a full Antonio Cesaro man.
Antonio Cesaro is the only real American.
Antonio Cesaro is the only real American.
Being from Switzerland. Yeah. He's the only real American from Switzerland.
Antonio Cesaro cresting himself as the king of wrestling after this match. Sure. We just have... Will Antonio be able to... Antonio, tomorrow night on Raw, we'll hear more from him. And hopefully we'll get an explanation as to why he turned his back on Jack Swagger. They didn't show any prior bad blood before this. Do you get it? Do you get it? Branding.
On Sunday.
Hey. On Sunday. Bad blood. Anyway.
Then we go into a pre-max segment before the Sheamus Kane match. Segment of 81.
81.
Smackdown pulling it through. As before the match, both men have made their entrances down. Teddy Long accompanied Kane, similar to how Paul Bearer did all of those years ago. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Paul Bearer.
Rest in peace, Paul Bearer. Thoughts and prayers. And Shawn Michaels and Triple H come down with Sheamus. Triple H is, of course, being very big and bitchy. Shawn Michaels staying behind both of them because he still is not fully want to be a part of this. He just wants to work and, help develop the show. So before the match, Shawn Michaels walks over to Teddy Long, and we don't. Of course, the crowd doesn't hear it, but the camera picks up. Hey, man, I'm sorry I kicked you. It was just a lot of peer pressure from Hunter. No matter what happens here, I am glad to be working with you. Shawn extends his hand and Teddy Long takes it. They shake hands, and you can see from the corner of the screen Triple H looking over to Shawn, noticing that Shawn is shaking the hands of the enemy, and Triple H's face quickly turns to hatred and anger.
Oh God.
Because he feels betrayed. Because his buddy has shaken the hands of the person he deemed the enemy.
The enemy. Shook the hand.
How dare he betray me? I'm the game. I've never betrayed anyone. I'm so friendly to all of my friends.
Triple H, the greatest friend. The
greatest friend. Then we go into a 66. And about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Kane defeated Sheamus in 13:48 by pinfall with a tombstone pile driver, mimicking his brother, The Undertaker. Both men getting 73. Damn. But it gets a 66. It might have been because I did set all three to be at ringside, so that might have lowered it. Yeah. If it wasn't, then why the fuck is it at 66? It should be at 70 at least. This is bullshit. I have been screwed. I have been screwed. There's a conspiracy against Smackdown. Conspiracy against Smackdown. So post-match, Shawn Michaels, he's upset, but he still claps to the winner Kane. He still has his job. He didn't lose his job or anything. He turns to Triple H, and Triple H plants him with a pedigree onto the floor. The crowd.
Did Shawn jump this time?
Shawn did jump this time because Triple H was the road agent. As you can see here.
Okay.
Oh wait, and you see here was the road agent. He made sure that Shawn would jump. That's a tongue twister. Yeah. So Triple H. He feels betrayed. He's like, how dare my friend? I trusted him with everything. He's just turned his back on me instantly to align with the enemy. So Triple H, basically, Shawn turns, plants with the pedigree onto the ringside area. Ouch. And then he storms off. Teddy Long's like, hold up, player. Why did you do that, homie? And Triple H is like, shut the fuck up. I'll do the same to you. As he storms up the ramp, leaving Shawn as a heap on the floor. Teddy Long checks on him as it cuts the commercial break. Why did Triple H attack his friend? Probably the same as all the other times he attacked his friends.
He wants power.
Segment of 71.
We come back from commercial break, and in a match with great heat and good wrestling, Dean Ambrose would defeat RVD in 1730 via pinfall with a midnight special. Dean Ambrose making this defense number 2 in his United States Championship reign. RVD getting a 66, Dean Ambrose getting a 68, giving this a 71 over segment rating.
Oh shit. RVD has been inconsistent.
But RVD, they both got boosts for their charisma and their star quality.
Yeah. Charles Robinson did good work as the referee. I had to commend Finlay for his road agent work here, also.
Yes. Oh, and this was a hardcore match, so I think it played up to both men.
Yeah, both of them are hardcore people. It's the hardcore match. That makes more sense, also. Yes. Yes.
And I'm assuming Ambrose hit that midnight special through either on a chair or through a table.
On a chair.
You know, something crazy like that.
Probably on a chair. Seems easier.
Something crazy like that.
Ambrose. I mean, it shouldn't go too hard. Same way of
and
65. I'm sorry, I'm getting too ahead.
The next segment, a freestyle segment here. Well, I don't think I need to include that. Anyway, Ric Flair, Damien Sandow, they make their way to the ring. Ric Flair, he's got like that velvet bag, you know. He's got something important in there. Got something really important in a velvet bag. He places it on a podium set up in the middle of the ring. And Ric Flair starts talking to Sandow. He says, "You know, Damien, I see a lot of young me, Damien. Robe, the way you carry yourself, all this. I see a young Ric Flair inside of you, Damien Sandow. And that is why I have officially decided to give you the NWA World Heavyweight Championship." Ric Flair pulls the red velvet bag off the title, hands it to Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow raises it up with a glass of brandy in the other hand and shouts, "You're welcome."
By the way, that title cost $55K.
But don't worry. Damien Sandow will make it important.
He will. As up next, he defends the title.
In an impromptu championship match, was not supposed to have been for the championship. It was supposed to be Damien Sandow versus The Big Show in a standard affair, but with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship reappearing, Damien Sandow would take on The Big Show in an impromptu title match in a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling, with Damien Sandow defeating The Big Show in 13:26 via pinfall with a terminus after Ric Flair interfered. Damien Sandow distracted the ref up in a corner. Big Show was hung over the top rope. Ric Flair ran at Big Show, smacked him in the head with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship before going back into Sandow's corner, just holding the NWA World title like it was his firstborn child. Ric Flair, and then Big Show would turn around. Sandow hit him with the terminus. Damien Sandow getting a 64 in ring. Big Show getting a 74. Ric Flair doing some good work at ringside. Overall, giving the match a 74 rating.
That's amazing. A 74.
Damien Sandow. Big Show penalized for inconsistency and stamina. Of course, he's the Big Show, and he wasn't allowed to hit any moves. Sadly, he couldn't hit moves.
He would have died. And Damien Sandow was also inconsistent.
Damien Sandow was also inconsistent. However, Big Show did hit. To quell the urge, I know, can't go on the top rope. Big Show ran off the ropes, hit a jumping elbow drop on Damien Sandow to quote, because I know we're gonna miss top rope Big Show. We're gonna miss the moonsaults.
For fuck's sake.
And then after the match, Damien Sandow and Ric Flair celebrate like pricks once again.
You didn't say it right. Pricks.
Pricks. They scurry out of the ring because it's the Big Show, but it cuts to backstage, them walking to the parking lot. They both have glasses of brandy. Sandow's clutching on to the NWA World title. his firstborn like Flair was doing. Damien, Sandow, and Ric Flair they hop in the limousine, and Ric Flair promises Damien Sandow a good time, as just before the cameras cut, you see a lot of women in dresses start entering the limo with Flair and Damien Sandow.
Oh, damn. Both of them did great off script. Sandow was why can I speak today?
Sandow was superb working without the script, and he had the crowd in the palm of his hand the whole. Assuming the crowd thinks Sandow is getting mega laid tonight, and Ric Flair did a masterful job improvising interactions with the crowd. But road agent the Hurricane, road agent Gregory Helms, coming back as a road agent to the WWE, he could have done better at his job putting the angle together, which dropped it to a 68 overall. But you know,
AKA that probably would have been in the 70s. And also,
Sandow and Flair becoming one of, and the segment rating was limited for it being as short. Damien Sandow and Ric Flair quickly becoming the hottest act on Monday Night Raw. I am so happy I drafted Damien Sandow.
I'm so upset I didn't, because it's actually going really amazingly.
I am so happy I did this. Yes.
And now it's time for Wyatts Promise.
It's time for things to get dark.
It really does. As the Wyatt vignette happens, but it's longer. For some reason, it draws out too long. You start seeing Cena standing in certain places where he wasn't in before, because he was never in the vignette before. So you can see he's like in the background, barely visible, but still able to be seen. Dead
you can
expression.
Still make it out that it's John Cena.
You still make it out it's John Cena. His face shows no expression. It seems like he's dead.
God.
It goes off, the lights are all off, the crowd does their light thing as Bray Wyatt walks out, holding his lantern.
Holding the lantern.
He slowly walks down to the ring. He stands there, grabs the lantern, looks around the crowd as if they're not ready to watch their hero destroyed, and blows out. The lights stay off for too long. It's drawn out. Then the lights come on and Cena is standing in the ring, surrounded by the steel cage. You can't see his face because it's covered by a sheep mask. He takes off the sheep mask and it's the same dead expression, no emotion, even slightly visible. As Bray starts smiling, and the smile turns into a chuckle, and the chuckle turns into a crazy laugh. I can't say it. I can't say it. It's
maniacal laughter.
Yes.
As the camera slowly pans over to a child, just trying to bury its face, trying to bury its face.
Yeah, trying to bury his face from his mother as he's asking, "What happened to my Cena?
What happened to John?"
Adequate. That's okay.
Alright.
Okay. I say Cena. Something's happened to Cena. He's a little bit brainwashed. But he still gives up a good fight. A 72. And a Belga had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Bray Wyatt, you didn't have to fight Cena because it seems like he already has beaten Cena. But I keep saying Wyatt needed that win over Cena. And he takes it. In 14-13 by pinfall with a sister Abigail.
Oh, finally.
Fuck you all. Bray Wyatt with a 70, John Cena with an 85.
Overall, 72.
Bray Wyatt is experienced and has poor stamina. That's okay. That's okay. Still, 70 is still pretty good. But
70 is still pretty good.
Post-match, 73.
Oh.
Cena slowly gets up to his feet and then stops. And he then, instead of getting fully to his feet, drops down to his knees and stares up at Bray Wyatt.
The little kid in the The little kid in the front row. You can hear audible cries from children.
Probably like a lot of children crying. Cena
you can hear
opens up his arms, similar to how Bryan did. He opens up his arms in acceptance.
Children are screaming no.
But instead of hitting with his sister Abigail, Bray just plants his hand. Hello, child. The child's ruining my entire moment. Bray places one hand on Cena's forehead. And then the lights go out. No Wyatt vignette, lights just go out. The lights stay off for a while, as due to magic, they have to lift the cage. But as the lights turn back on, the cage is gone, and both Cena and Wyatt are also gone.
And there are children still
and
in all children,
and after that's happened, camera pans to like many parts of the crowd as children are scared, are crying, are looking away, because their hero has turned dark. Bray Wyatt has won.
He won.
And that will continue on Smackdown. As it's time for the main event of 2081.
The main event of the evening.
81. Yes.
81 Pog.
In an exceptional match, Daniel Bryan defeats Dolph Ziggler in 15:01 by submission with the LaBelle lock. 25:01. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it LaBelle lock. With a LaBelle lock, making defense number 2 of his WWE World Heavyweight title. Despite the fact he was very injured from Orton, he still managed to fight. He still managed to claw, and he overcame Ziggler's determination with his determination in order to tap him out. Dolph Ziggler doing amazing with a 77. Daniel Bryan with an 84.
Wait, did Ziggler physically tap, or did Ziggler's body give out on? Because Ziggler had a lot of.
You saw that he was going to tap, but then at the last second, he clenched his hand. He went to tap with his other hand, clenched that one as well, and just started smacking the hands clenched. It doesn't count as a submission tap out. So he starts like smacking the canvas as he's trying to get. He smacks it a bit, tries to claw out a little bit more, and then he starts fading. He starts fading more, and he's frantically trying to move. And the moving's getting slower, it's getting more dulled, and eventually he can't help but pass out. But Ziggler, he still shows that he is still could win the title in the future, but Bryan just managed to overcome him. Still look at him with performance. It's chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. As Bryan slowly dragging himself up, though. Bryan, the referee's trying to hand him the World Heavyweight Championship. Bryan dragging him to his feet. Finally turns around, and is planted with an RKO. Randy Orton beating the absolute crap out of Daniel Bryan. Just once again, savage assault from Randy Orton. Randy Orton, he goes in the corner, and he goes in the corner way earlier than anyone expects. Drops Bryan with a punt kick immediately. Right after the RKO. Goes in the corner, drops him with a punt. Keeps the assault going. Shawn Michaels runs out, try to stop Bourne. Pushes Shawn out the way, hits another punt kick. Paul Heyman walks out. Once again, Randy Orton punt kicks Daniel Bryan. Teddy Long walks out.
Multiple referees. A lot of both Raw and SmackDown's locker room charge out to keep away, and they do. Thank God.
Teddy Long, they get Daniel out the bring him to safety, and then Randy Orton just he looks down at the mat, and then he pops up and RKO's Teddy Long just for the ultimate.
No, not Teddy!
The fans start booing the crap out of Randy Orton.
Why Teddy?
Randy Orton.
Why was it Teddy?
Why Teddy? Because Randy Orton is the ultimate heel, and then Randy Orton just slithers.
Super fully cut out there. Super fully cut out, that's amazing. And Orton slithers out You know what? He drops an RKO for Paul Heyman because I'm not allowing Tay to get RKO'd in his own. Heyman also gets RKO'd. And that's how we end the show. Bryan being probably concussed with 3 punt kicks. Heyman, the Raw general manager, dropped with an RKO. Teddy Long, one of the 2 SmackDown general managers, dropped with an RKO. I'm going to do it to Shaw, and Shaw would kick his ass. Show gets a 78. Oh shit! Getting a 78. That is amazing. This show came out so well. If it weren't to be a super... Of course I help Super occasionally because he's still new to the game. But this was the first time we fully worked together. And boy, it paid off with the best show we've had so far. Some of the best segments. That is just amazing. Oh shit. Happy with that. That went swimmingly. Thank you all for watching. Next time you see me in Soup, it will be for Monday.